top of the table.
When you think of diet or food, what do you think of? I mean, apart from the pizzas and burgers and all things cheesy that you're imagining right now, you might think of stress busting foods, mood lifters, also foods that you choose during diet, right? And you must always think that the benefit of what you eat only shows on your waistline and your physical health. Wrong. You'd be surprised to know that physical health and a perfect 10 figure is just the tip of the iceberg. Food can impact and even alter your mental health. Hello and a very warm welcome to Top of the Table. My name is Sheetal Sharma, and with me today is nutritionist Megha Gupta, clinical psychologist Jaswandi Sahasrabuddhe to discuss this topic in detail. Hello, Megha and Jaswandi.
Hi,
Hello,
Sheetal.
Sheetal.
Hi, hi. So, Megha, let's begin with you. You have numerous clients visiting you each day, and I'm sure most of them are obsessed with losing weight, right? But apart from this, have you ever had clients who came to you for a diet, to feel emotionally better? Or did you ever see any kind of emotional improvement in people who were following a particular diet?
I do have patients who come to me just to get the normal diet plan so that they can, manage their mental health so that they can lead a healthy lifestyle. So I would like to share some experience that, recently I had a patient. She was a young girl, like early 20s, and she came to me with her mother, and she was sitting quiet, on the chair, and her mother is telling me about her that she is into the depression because her sister went to the US for her further studies. And after that, she stopped talking to anyone in the family, for even friends and everyone. And she's just staying at home. She used to, eat junk food and everything. She was on antidepressants. She was not talking to anyone. She was, avoiding the calls of her friends, cousins, being, working parents. Even their parents are not able to talk to her because they are in the office most of the time. When she came to me initially, she said that even she don't want to talk to me because she never, it's been, I think, almost 2 years, I should say, that she didn't came out of her house. She came to me in November 21. It took me around 4 weeks to counsel her to switch to the normal cooked home cooked food, and that really helped her, in improving the, I should say, you know the thought process she has. She used to say that if I'll have, if I'm eating so much of junk food, she realized that she's eating junk food that is impacting her health, and it is impacting her health in, like, her periods were getting irregular. She's gaining weight. She said that I used to wear small size, now I'm wearing large size, so I don't want to go for a shopping with my friends. Even she was, ordering everything online because she don't want to go out of her house. So, it took me 4 weeks to counsel her. I used to tell her mother, whatever she wants to have, just cook that food at home, just don't order it from outside. Stop giving her money so that she can, get her food from outside. The moment she started taking the normal home cooked food, fresh fruits and vegetables, I cannot tell you how, rapidly her vitals, her problems got solved. Her, even her HbA1c was deranged, so her HbA1c came down in only 2 months, just following a normal healthy home cooked food. That's really helped her. And even, when it comes to antidepressants, her, medicines started, her doctor started tapering her dose. And now, almost after, I think, almost 6 to 7 months, she is perfectly fine. She's now she's going to the gym for the walk, badminton, and everything. She used to talk to her mother. Now she has started talk to her friends. She's, doing her regular exercises. Her periods are very much normal, just following a normal healthy diet which is cooked at home.
That's amazing, Megha. I think that you turned out to be a counselor for your client as well, apart from being a nutritionist for her. So, coming to this, Jaswandi, if I talk about, the case that Megha just spoke about. See, I think that it is like a combination of multiple things, right? A lot of people might think that, of course, when you start eating right and when you start eating home cooked meals, then your weight will kind of reduce, you will look slimmer, you will look fitter, and therefore obviously you're going to feel emotionally better. But is it only limited to looking a certain way that you feel emotionally better, or do you think that food has much more to do with it?
So, Sheetal, yes, I really liked the case that Megha depicted or narrated to us, because if you look at the pattern of this case, right, initially this girl went through a depressive episode because of a trigger where her sister, like, shifted to another country. And if you see, there was such a loop or a cycle that was created, that there was depressive episode because of which she was not eating right, she was not interacting, her social skills went down, and that continued when she didn't eat well, she didn't wanted to go out because she was gaining weight. So if you see, Sheetal, a lot of things apart from, as you rightly said, looking good, are also involved here, because you are not just talking about food making me look fat, but because of a condition you're not eating right, and that is making you even get into another mental health condition, where which might be because she was not feeling comfortable in her own skin, she was getting anxious, what if I go out and people will say something, or people will come like comment something about me. So uh, here, I always believe that there is a strong relation between what you eat and how you feel. So nowadays there's a, I would say, not a new side, but an extension of psychiatry, which is called as nutritional psychiatry. This is an area that is emerging in research, where we specifically look at how the role of nutrition is involved in the development, or even to a certain extent the treatment of mental health concerns or problems. So, Sheetal, when we look at food, the two major conditions, mental health conditions, that pop up when I think about food and mood, or food or mental health, is anxiety and depression. Now, I'll tell you my this might not be exactly related, but when we look at my example, when I feel low, or when I feel not in the right mood of doing certain things, I tend to eat a lot of sugar. Now, I'm sure Megha will agree to that, that sugar or glucose is just boosts your energy or mood to a certain extent, which makes me feel, oh, I can do something like this. So there are several researches and reviews and studies that I've conducted, which show that certain kind of meals are associated with reduction of depressive episodes, or I would say anxiety symptoms or traits to a greater extent, Ashita.
So, to be very honest, Jaswandi, you are right, and I've been reading up on all of this research as well. And actually, the kind of talks that are happening and the role of nutrients and micronutrients and vitamins and everything is so strong and so connected with mental or good emotional state, that I was surprised. I think that I am already, I have taken the resolve of eating better ever since I read that study. But Megha, when I come to you, a lot of people might think that since micronutrients are going to make me feel better, or vitamins are going to make me feel better, let's buy that multivitamin, or let's go on a juice diet for the micronutrients. But do you think that diets like these, or taking these over the counter drugs, are going to help in creating a healthy emotional state?
There are many fad diets these days in the, on the Google, that are trending. So one of them is kind of a liquid diet or a juice diet. People think that if they are on the juice diet, they can get all the micronutrients, and they can get all the essential, minerals, and so that they can feel good, they can, boost their mind and to detoxify their self. So but one diet, one thing cannot fit for everyone. When it every person has a different mindset, every person had a different situations, and every person have a different body. So when it comes to a diet, it should be tailor made, it should not be googled, it should not be, something that is good for me is good for you as well. It should be individually designed, it should be tailor made for everyone. taking these fat diets for a longer period of time can lead to deficiencies in some people. And there are so many studies, so many webinars done that showing the data that people are following same kind of a diet for a longer period of time that leads to the deficiencies in their bodies. Nutrients definitely help in good mental health, but what nutrients is required, that needs to be decided by the nutritionist. There are so many parameters that we see when it comes when we design a diet for a patient. We want to see their parameters, we want to know their routine, we want to know their stress level, we want to know their work life, how they are, what how much stress they have in their job, what kind of a profile they have in their job. So there are so many things and there are so many factors when we are making a diet plan for them.
Right, Mega. And can we say that, mostly what is happening these days is that the moment you get on a diet, and most of the people get on a diet to kind of get back in shape, the first thing that the dietitian does is that reduce the calorific intake, So, and the first week of getting into the diet makes you feel low, makes you feel irritable, you are ready to bite someone's head off because you're so angry, you are not getting enough calories, or you're not getting that intake of heavy duty calories that you were used to taking. Could this mean that your mind is also getting affected, which is why you are feeling this way?
It totally depends. Not every dietitian is going to cut down your calories to an extent that you're feeling low. We call it low calorie diet, or we call it as hypocaloric diet. Being uh, into a clinical thing, we have to see the pattern, the kind of work style, the kind of stress, the kind of lifestyle they have, and we usually plan calories according to that, and we taper the calories gradually.
So, Megha,
Absolutely.
just correct me if I'm wrong here. There are a lot of researches that have been conducted on how, say, ADHD and other clinical conditions have a close relation with, say, increase in glucose. Like, for example, I'll give you my example. When I was working with a kid who
Hmm.
was diagnosed with ADHD, he was asked to cut down a lot of sugar. Like, he was almost asked to reduce his sugar content or glucose content. And as far as I know, and the research that has been conducted these days, it shows that there's a lot of connection between the food intake, especially the nutritional psychiatry research that has been conducted. They suggest that there is a close association between high intake of, say, healthy foods such as olive oil, fish, nuts, and dairy products and fruits, and a lot of other vegetables, linked to reduce risk of, say, depression, especially during adolescence and young adulthood. So uh, I don't know much about, say, I would say, depression, but I have clearly seen the signs of increasing impulsivity and hyperactivity in kids with ADHD, as compared to when they were asked to cut down their glucose and sugar levels.
Yeah, yes, Jaswandi. No, we say, yeah, that you have to avoid high caloric food, processed food, fried food, high sugar foods, junk food, to prevent depression, because these, foods, these foods make you hyperactive. They make your mind more stimulated to, to being a healthy, to live a healthy lifestyle, even in the teenagers, even in the young, even in early 20s. We say that you have to concentrate more on the omega 3 fatty acids, that you can get it from the nuts, you can get it from the, I should say, fish and everything. We want them to have fresh fruits, not the frozen food, the processed food.
So, Megha, I have also gone through some researches and I have done some readings that articles that I keep reading. So, these days, people, like, there have been researchers which speak about Mediterranean food reducing the risk of, say, depression to a greater extent. And do you think it is because, as you rightly said, in Mediterranean food, especially, we have a lot of omega 3 content that, like,
Yes.
measures that we get?
Yes, yes, because it includes omega 3, and it includes fresh fruits and vegetables. That is the reason we say that it really helps to reduce the, depression.
So, Megha, if we were, to ask you about some basic eating habits that would ensure better mental health, what is it that you would recommend?
First of all, I would again start that we have to avoid excessive intake of processed food, fried food, high sugary foods, frozen foods, junk foods, because these, taking these foods in moderation really helps to lower down the risk of depression. And hydration is very, very, very important. That it should start from, we have to make children understand that it should start from the teenagers, teenage age, that they have to be hydrated to get, to be healthy overall. It is hydration related to mental health, and hydration is related to physical health as well. So hydration is very important, because these days, if the kind of patients I see, if I'll ask them how much, glasses of water you take, they say we take only 5 to 6 glasses of water, but we do take 5 to 6 cans of diet coke. Okay, we are taking diet coke, that it's okay, that is diet, that doesn't have any calories, but they don't understand that diet coke do have some hidden calories. So hydration is very important, and including omega 3 no, is very important. The sources of omega 3 can be fish, seafoods, nuts, seeds. It really helps in maintaining a good uh, mental health. And plant based oils, seasonal fruits and vegetables, to get some nutrients. Seasonal fruits and vegetables, give you best nutrients that is required for that season, according to the season. A diet should be, in good, it should be rich in seasonal fruits and vegetables. It should be rich in fiber as well, because fiber is also very important to, maintain your digestion. If your digestion is good, your mental health is also good. IBS is also very common these days. So to maintain, to prevent IBS, to lead a healthy lifestyle, and to have a healthy gut, it is very important to include good amount of fiber as well. Antioxidant plays a good, important role in maintaining the good mental health, as well as it helps to fight inflammation. So, like, we can include some berries, green leafy vegetables, turmeric. They are good source of antioxidants. And last but not the least, protein. Protein is very beneficial for, for mood, because tryptophan, and amino acid, is converted to serotonin, that plays an important role in mood elevation, satiety, and sleep regulation. So it is very important to have good amount of protein in our diet, and sources can be milk and milk products. If you take eggs, then eggs, non-veg, these are pulses, these are good sources of protein. So it is very important to include them in our daily diet.
Thank you so much for those tips, Megha. And I think that we have already, in a previous content piece that we created, we had already built that connection between gut health and mental well being. Because if you do not have a healthy gut, that means that you could be leading yourself to, mental health problems like anxiety, depression, and even stress. So thank you for bringing that up again. And as we close this podcast, just any words of wisdom from your end?
So, Sheetal, I guess Megha has covered most of it, but the most important part which I will like to address here is that mindful eating, because at times we eat, but we really don't know, or we are not in the moment when we actually eat. So, a lot of time, especially the teenagers, adolescents, or even for that matter, young adults, they are so much in a hurry that they do not know exactly what they are eating and how does it feel. So I believe eating slowly and being aware about what you're eating, how does it feel, how does it feel when you eat that particular thing, can really help you. Also, to a certain extent, I feel sleep, diet, and mental health is all correlated. So having a good sleep, again, is, yes, very much important. And last but not the least, I would say, Sheetal, following all the things that Megha has said should be most important, because as Megha rightly said, most of the things that we do on our daily basis is what we eat. So being aware and being conscious about, not just conscious in terms of the calories, but conscious in terms of how that food is making you feel, is very, very important part. And I would say mindful eating can actually resolve a lot of things.
Absolutely, just Swandi. To sum it all up, I'd say that eat healthy, eat home cooked food, keep yourself hydrated, like Megha rightly said, eat local, and practice mindful eating if you want to look and even feel better. Remember, eating right would make you feel right and thus make you eat right again. So it's a healthy circle that you are building, right? So thank you so much, Megha, for all the important tips that you've given to us. And thank you, Jaswandi, for building that link between food and mood that we were trying to build in this podcast. So, thank you, both of you, and thank you, listeners, for listening to our podcast. We'll be back again the next time round.